Hey everybody, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev, Sunday Night Live. I am Beverly Morales. I am from Tracy, California, and I am so glad you're here with me tonight. I'm gonna start right at 7, which is only 1 minute away. So hopefully people get the notice and start coming on. Hi Jeanette, how are you? Excuse me. Hi, Donna. Hi, Karen. Here we go. People are popping on. Hi, Connie. It's 7 o'clock. Let's get started. First of all, I have to tell you, whirlwind. I was just eating dinner right now really quick, trying to get here at 7 o'clock on time, and I made it thanks to my daughter. She's all the way. She's here to be with us. Hi, Karen. Hi, Joan. Thank you for sprinkling. I don't know who that was. It won't. Pam. Hi, Pam. Hi, Diana. Anyway, my daughter's here, and so she's cleaning up the kitchen for me. Hi, Carol. And so I was able to be out here on time. Otherwise, I said, I'm not going to be able to have dinner with you guys. Hi, Virginia. So anyway, we are here to, I want to introduce you to a new suite in the new mini. Page 58, it's called Heart and Home. It's one of the stamp suites that's, hi, Debbie, that is completely my style. This is I think Stampin' Up designed this for me. I really do. Just kidding. But this is everything I love. Very I don't know, rustic, feminine. Oh, he's fine. I'm being asked how my husband is. For those of you that don't know, my husband had open heart surgery on Tuesday. I was able to pick him up this morning. Hi, Roseanne. He's home. He's doing so well. He's strong. He walked, I walked with him to the corner and back today. So we are on the mend. Thank you for asking. So Heart and Home, page 58. I didn't know if I was going to be on today because I didn't know what day my husband was going to be coming home, but I prepared anyway because I love to be here. Hi, Rita. And so I designed a card that is with this suite. Is beautiful in my opinion. I hope you guys like it too. Hi, Vicki. Super easy. Yes, don't we all like to have receive or give? Hi, Cookie. A super pretty card that hardly took any effort at all. Very simple. Yes, that's what we love to do. Not a lot of product either. I was looking at it and saying, wow. And then the other thing I always try to do is I try to marry up with other stamp sets. So you know what you have in your collection already that you can marry up with the things that are in the new mini. Thank you for sprinkling, Cookie. So let me turn you down to my desk and we're gonna get started with tonight's project. Let me see here. Turn it. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you back. All right. Get it adjusted here a little bit. Trying to get you straight, and I'm trying. Oh, it is backwards. Okay, let's see here. There. All right. So the other thing, let me see. I just lost my train of thought. I was going to tell you something else. Hi, Carol. Oh, I said hi to Carol. Hi, Terry. All right. So my card is made with using part of this suite, Heart and Home. I love the dies, these dies here. Of course, I love the stamp set. I love the folder. Love the dots, love the doilies. And what I'm using tonight is the Heart and Home Memories and More card pack. Because like I said, I didn't know how much time I was going to have to spend with you tonight. So I chose something that I thought might be simple, but yet be worth your time showing up today. So one of the things for those of you who are new with me tonight, I like to put all my stamps that come in the stamp set on the blocks so I can just start creating and have them all here at a reach for me. That saves me a little bit of time. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm also marrying up this suite with the Dragon Garden stamp set. And the Dragon Garden stamp set comes with, hi Janet, a punch. So I'm using that today too. Okay, so here are the dies. They're called Honeybee Blooms. That's what they're called, really? Yep, that's what they're called. Huh. I don't know why that name didn't seem like fit for me, but here are some of the dies. I've actually taken 2 of them out, the ones that I'm using tonight. This one cuts out the little row of flowers here. See how that lines up there? That cuts out those. This one doesn't have a stamp to match it. Where's the stamp set? Where's the case? Oh, I'm looking at it, duh. But it's really, really, really pretty just to cut out on cardstock. And I just used white tonight. So I'm gonna put those back in my magnetic plate so I don't lose them. Put these back together. All right, and then I'm using Misty Moonlight ink because it coordinated really well with the Memories and More cards. Now, in the Memories and More cards, there are little note cards in the cinnamon cider with wood grain cards. And on Tuesday, I'm going to be using these. But tonight, look at the envelopes. I'm using the envelope and the card base that coordinates with it. Hey, Maria. All right, and these are Heart and Home Memories and More, and there's the code in case you're interested in those. So it already has a score line on it. The card base does. Super simple, right? Just your bone folder to score it. To burnish it. And then the other thing I used was Wink Stella. Hi, Diane. Yes, Cookie, they are very, very pretty. I'm so glad that I got them. I'm going to open up my stamp pad now and get ready. Oh, and that's what I was going to say when I lost my train of thought. I was going to say, and I wanted you to, hi, Giselle. I wanted to try to teach you something too. So I've got a new little trick here that maybe you don't know about. Look at this card. Monochromatic, super simple, and a little unique. When you open it up, you have, hi Mary Jo, you have the dragonfly, which is the locking mechanism to keep this card closed like this. But when you pull it open, you still have one on the inside. Isn't that great? So we used to have, and the other thing I want to tell you with my dragonflies, my butterflies, my bumblebees, and all these things with wings, I double the wings because I like to see the what I call, hi Annie, what I call the flutter. Look at that. This just reminds me of dragonflies flying across the garden just so beautifully. Thank you, Pam. I really think it's gorgeous too. I'm really, really happy with it. And what makes me so happy is how stinking simple it is. So, along with your card base that comes in the Memories and More and your envelope, you need some white. I used white cardstock, and I used a 6x4. So this is a larger card for the inside. And I took one of the stamps. I love this. Stay Wonderful. How sweet is that? Well, this card is going to my grandson because he is simply wonderful. This kid, he's 23, but that is a kid to me. He is just wonderful. He surprises us day in and day out. He has known what he's wanted to do in life since he was about 7, and he's doing it, and he's just amazing. I want him to stay wonderful. So his birthday was on the 2nd of February, but because Papa had... Oh, hi, Ken. There's my husband, you guys. He told me on, what was it, Tuesday when I did the paper pumpkin alternatives. He was in the hospital and he wanted to watch, but it was really short and he missed it. He wanted to say hi to you because I've told him all about your comments and your prayers and your concerns, and he completely, oh, it was Thursday. He completely wanted to say thank you and thumbs up to all you wonderful ladies. He said, man, Bev, you have the best friends. I said, yes, I do. Actually, we do, Ken. Okay, so I just stamped the inside like that. That's going to go inside the card. And then in advance, just because there's so many, I stamped a bunch of the dragonflies, and I'm going to... Thanks for all your prayers and support, Ken says. Oh, that's sweet of you, but honey. So I'm going to punch these out. And like I said, I need a bunch of them just because I double them. But that is not a requirement. You do not have to double them if you don't want to. Just something I do and thought you might like to do too. So let me get these all punched out. Aw, Virginia, you're sweet. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, since I stamped them, I should have punched most of them out so you didn't have to watch me do this. You guys all know. But do you see how I turn my punch upside down so I can make sure everything's even and straight and I can get a good dragonfly image that way and not cut off a wing or have it an awkward shape. Thank you, guys. Yes, they called him Superman in ICU. The nurses fell in love with him and his jokes. And they loved that he was such a good patient. He really is. He really is. He listens, he comprehends, and he follows all instructions. All right, so what I was going to do is just stamp one dragon. No, I wasn't going to stamp one dragon. I was just going to show you the dragon. I'm going to stamp one flower. I stamped 4 of these for the card, but I already stamped the other 3 and cut them out so you didn't have to watch all that. So there's one more. And then I'm going to take my die, this one that I talked about, and I'm going to lay it on the cardstock. See how I cut the other ones out already? But I just wanted to make sure that if somebody was here that didn't know how to use the die cutting machine, that they saw what I do. Okay, so let me get my machine here. And my paper back up. This die just lays anywhere as long as you have enough cardstock to cover it. And then this one goes right over the stamped image like that. Then the second plate goes over both. And through the machine you go. And next I'm going to show you my little trick I was talking about, because I bet you're wondering how I got that slit on the card. Now this flower pops out really easy. See that? But this little guy needs a little pushing to get out. So I just take a paper piercer. All the dies have little holes here, and you just push on those little holes. And I like to, if they have a thin stem, I like to make sure to get in the stem, because that's where you're most likely to rip. And then I punch the little, where the little pieces need to come out. And then I start and I pull slowly, and I let the die and the paper tell me how fragile they are. This one's not really fragile, it just doesn't fall right out of the die instantly. There's another little piece that needs to come out right there. And that's it. All right, so now for my trick on the card base. Let me line this up, make sure you guys can see well. Okay. So I take my card base, and I love that these card bases fit in the machine. That was one concern I had, but they fit in there well. Then, does anybody have the suit and tie dies? I bought these because we're always asking for masculine cards. So I have these, and in the die set, there is a die that cuts out a long track. And then there's another one that would cut out a small track, because dragonflies are not the only thing that you can have poking out through these tracks. We have bumblebees, we have butterflies, anything with hearts. You could fold a heart in half and have it coming out. Okay, so there is my base. I'm gonna lay this, I'm gonna call it a track. It's a rectangle long die, and I'm gonna put it right over what I think is closest to the middle stripe. And I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, about finger length from the score line. Okay, then I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't move. I'm gonna put some Post-it tape right here so it doesn't move. And I know what you're thinking. Hi Darlene, if you're experienced, you're thinking, but Bev, that's gonna cut all the way down there. No, dies only cut if you have the top and the bottom acrylic on them, right? So if we stop the acrylic about here, that's how long you're going to have the slit. So depending on where you place this, I'm going to have it about this long. So I'll show you. I'm going to put it in the machine, and then I'm going to decide how long I want my slit. So I'm going to have it end right here. Now I'm going to just push it through and cut, and it's only going to cut up to where the second plate stopped. So gently pull off the tape. We're not done. And we have this. Okay, so for the delicate stem flower, does the thickness of paper make a difference? I bet if you're using designer series paper, it probably would fall out better. And I will tell you that if you don't clean it out, let's say some paper stays in here, you say you're pulling it this way and you rip it and some paper's in there, you have to have a clean die, no paper in it at all, to run through. Otherwise, it will be hard to get out. Okay. So this die has stitching, see that? And it has a rounded edge at the end. Very nice and very nice. So anytime there's stitching in a die, you can put the die back right where it was, and you'll feel that the stitches on the die are in the stitches in the paper. So you know you've got it in the right spot. See, it's like a puzzle. You put it right back on and it won't move. You go back to your tape. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the bottom, because see how it ended here? It's not going to look like this. It's going to just end there. So I put it back, move it like this. Once it doesn't move, I know it's in the stitching. Put my tape back. Now I want you guys to think about how I'm going to place my plate now. Hi, Dawn. So what did I say? I said if the plate is not on it, it won't cut. Okay, so let's put it back on the machine. Put my plate back in here. And I want my plate to end right at the end of the die, so it doesn't cut anything else. Now look at the dies way up here. Would that have cut everything else? Yes, it would have. So that was wrong. I'm trying to make sure you understand. So I'm going to, all I really want to cut is this end here. So I'm just going to do this. Push it in. Now that I've got it, I can make sure I'm just on the end. There, it's grabbing it. Come through. Gently take off your Post-it note tape and looky there what we've got. We've got a way shorter piece, a window, a track, whatever you want to call it, than this. Look how much, this is like not even half of this die. So you could make this as long or as short as you want it by manipulating it with your acrylics. Okay, so that's all there is to making a track for your wings, for your hearts, for whatever it is that you folded in half, that you scored down the middle, and you wanted it to poke through the track. Okay, so now that I have, oh, I'm glad you like it, Karen. Now that I have my dragonflies all ready, I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I am just going to use my precision little tool that I got on Amazon. And remember what I've always taught you, and this makes stamping so much more fun. When you put glue where you need it, and then you let it set up, because what I would be doing right now if I wasn't letting it set up is I'd be holding that dragonfly in the slot to make sure it sets and dries and doesn't move. But if I put glue on all the dragonflies and let them set up, they are going to become tacky, and when I put them where I want them, they are going to stay, and there's none of the fuss of holding it. That's true of boxes and anything that you use this glue with. All right, so this was the first one I did. So I'm going to close up my card, and I'm going to set it anywhere I want it. I'm going to push with my take your pick tool. Because it's tacky, it's not going to move around on me. But remember I said I like to double them. So this one's set up already. There we go. Then I'm going to put one here. One here. Oops, I dropped him. So I'll get this one here. And then the last one here. Okay, and because they're tacky, they're going to stick really well already, I could bend them up and not worry about it. However, I want to put Wink of Stella on them for a little shimmer. And I'm going to give this to my daughter to take home to give to my grandson for his birthday. I sent him a little text and I said, you know, I don't like to send money in a card for obvious reasons. And I don't want to send him a check because he's so busy. I don't want him to have to go to the bank. So I'm just going to give it to his mom to give to him. They see each other all the time. And I think it's okay. I don't think it's too feminine. I think he loves the wilderness. So the wildflowers and the dragonflies, he'll like it. So now these flowers that I stamped, they just need a dimensional behind them. And I already put dimensionals on the others. And I just lined them up at the bottom of the dragonflies. And remember, what's my other trick I always teach you? Don't press down real hard. Just set them there. Because if they're uneven, you need to move them, whatever, you don't have to struggle because you haven't pressed it down tight yet. They're just sitting in the vicinity that you think you want them. But if you got them too high or too low or too far over to one side or the other, then you can freely move them. Those look good, so I'll press. All right. Now, the little wildflowers. So pretty, so pretty. And because he's a man, I didn't think that I needed a whole bunch of color, you know, pink flowers or anything, so I just used the white cardstock. And it matches the stripes. And I thought it was just precious. I just think it's very, very pretty. So this is the beginning of my Heart and Home collection of cards. And I'm thrilled with the Memories and More cards. One, we have the bigger size. So that's a little different. A little change. See how simple this card is? Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. And this does not have to be for a man. Just the color blue is the only thing. I mean, I would love to receive it for sure. And ladies, I made a boo-boo. I didn't put this down first. My goodness. So what I'll do for this one, Mikey will never know. I'll give Mikey this one because he's a man. He'll never know. I'll stamp Stay Wonderful there. It doesn't have to be lined, but this one is lined. So whoever wins this card will get this one next on Tuesday. Okay, that's what I'll do. So this is already done. So I just love how that hook's closed. Voila. There you go. I got to put my glue lid back on. So what I missed the beginning, but how is your husband doing? He's doing great. And he said hi. So look back, Carol, you'll see him saying hi to you. So here's another card where I just cut the slot. And I'm wondering what else. I mean, like I said, hearts, butterflies, a big butterfly. Oh my gosh, looks so pretty in there. And then the envelopes that match with this, just finish it off. And you could go to the stamps in the set, use the Misty Moonlight ink pad again. So one ink pad. Just kind of amazes me. One ink pad and you've got beauty. see, I think I'll add the whole thing since she's handing it to him. And then down a little bit lower. One more. See, because I had all my stamps on blocks already, I didn't have to go to my case, open it up, look at the flowers. It's just on, they were just on there, and so it made it so much faster to just go and finish off my envelope. I'm glad, Margot. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, Mary Jo. All right, are there any questions? This is Heart and Home, Memories and More cards. And remember, there's also these sweet little cards. I just love this. Love the colors, love everything about these. So we're gonna work with these on Tuesday. So come back Tuesday at 2, and I will show you pretty much something similar that you're gonna love, okay? I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna let you go. I only kept you a half hour today, yay! All right, ladies, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for your prayers. We just completely appreciate all of you. All right, good night.